What's up, guys? It's your boy DSGaming, and today we're going to be talking about who you guys should be going for when you start Tower of Fantasy. Now, there's a lot of different options depending on what you want to do and how you want to go about doing things. Now, first and foremost, I just want to specify, I just want to say, if you like a character, go for the character, right? At the end of the day, we all want to have fun. I'm probably going to be going for like some healers, because I like healing and supports, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you like a character, go for the character or get the character. You don't have to follow the meta or anything specific like that. And the reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, having fun is a lot. You don't want to be a meta slave not enjoying yourself, following the meta, switching characters every time a new character drops that's better. You want to enjoy yourself and have fun. So if you like a character, go for the character or whatever the case may be. Right now, with that being said, I do want to talk about all of these characters down here are limited banner characters. They will most likely, I'm not even gonna say most likely, because the first limited banner is supposedly Nemesis, as far as how it was on the CN beta and stuff like that. Nemesis is the first limited banner. So all of these other limited banner units or collabs, because I know Mark's a collab, but those units will not be in the game on release. So you don't have to worry about any of these characters because they're not going to be in the game on release. Nemesis banner might be out on release, but that still has nothing to do with the standard banner and or the starting units. So I'm going to be going over the starting units and everything like that so that you guys can understand exactly what you want to do. Now, talking about summoning, apparently when you do your first 30 pulls, you are guaranteed an SSR. That's just start of the game. At the very beginning, when you do your first 30, you're guaranteed an SSR. So at that point, you can pull any of these bottom units. Now, on top of that, pity is 80. So if you do all 80, you should have 2 SSRs. Now, they're going to be random on which one you get. So I can't tell you who you got or whatever the case may be. But on top of that, you do get an SSR selector ticket. With the SSR selector ticket, you can choose any of the characters down here at the bottom. So that is going to be where you basically form whatever comp or however you're trying to do things with your account. Now, if you guys don't know how the game works, you're summoning for the weapon and the character is attached to the weapon. So whatever weapon you summon for, if you summon for the dual pistols, you'll get Samir. So that's how the game works. So there you go. And then any character can use any weapon, but it's the combinations is the difference. So moving on to how you want to do things. There are 2 tanks and there are 2 healers in this list, right? So starting with the healers, you have, where is she at? Coco, right? And then you also have Zero. Now Coco is more of an actual healer, and Zero is more of a shields and buffs type of healer, but he's still a healer nonetheless. These are the only 2 healers in the base game. So if you are looking to be a healer, whether it's mid game, late game, whatever the case may be, you generally want to go for these 2 characters. Now, if you don't pull either of these characters from the 30 or the pity from the 80, with the SSR selector, you can choose whichever one you want, right? I'm hoping to get both of them because I want to use healers, and whenever Lyra's limited banner eventually comes around, I do want to get her. She's also a healer. So there you go. Moving on to the tanks, you have Huma, and then you also have Meryl. These are the only 2 tanks whenever it comes to the starting game, right? Huma has a really big shield, which is really, really good. I see a lot of people use the shield very, very often. Meryl is a tank as well, but she's more of a, I guess you could say, aggressive type of tank, more so than Huma, I guess you could say. So if you were looking to be a tank player, you generally want to get these 2 characters off rip. Now, if you don't get them from the 30 or the 80 with the selector ticket, you want to choose whichever one you want, right? Or whichever one you want to use. Now, like I said, if you're one of the characters that are one of the people that want to just see what you get and then go based off that, let's say you pull a healer, then you can get the other healer from the selector. Let's say you pull a tank, then you can get, another tank from the selector. So if you want to wait and do it that way, that's perfectly fine. But if you are looking to be a healer or a tank, these are the 2 that you want to go for in those respective areas. Now, this is not including if you want to just pick your favorite character. Oh my goodness, this character looks amazing. Go for it. But if you're asking, you know, if you're wanting to know the comps and everything like that, these are, you know, how you want to do it. Now, the reason why I'm talking about 2 characters is because you're able to hold 3 weapons. Now, if you're holding 2 of the same weapon, that's the class. So if you're holding 2 healer weapons, you're a healer, 2 tank weapons, you're a tank, and then 2 DPS weapons, you're a DPS. The bottom 5 characters are all DPS, and I'm going to go through all of them. First, you have Shiro, which has like this circle chakram weapon, right? She throws chakrams out and stuff. She does a lot of DPS. She can actually shield break pretty nicely, but that's her. Tsubasa she has a bow, and she's like an ice bow user, and she specializes in dodging and charged bow attacks. Then you have Crow, which is going to be like your typical DPS assassin type of unit. He has dual daggers, and he's like one of the more skill-oriented characters. You're gonna do a lot better with him if you learn his kit and learn how to use him really, really well. Now, the reason why I didn't talk about the first 2 is because the first 2 characters, like if you're looking for probably the best start in the game, Samir and King are gonna be your go-to. The reason why, Samir, whenever you summon her or summon her weapons, you get the dual pistols. The dual pistols are the best DPS weapon in the game. Not to mention, if whenever Nemesis comes out, if you summon for Nemesis, they have an affinity with each other. The lightning affinity, or I'm not sure if it's called affinity, synchronization. I'm not sure, but or maybe it's resonance. I think it's resonance. But anyways, they have the lightning resonance with each other, so they're going to be doing really, really well together. But even still, Samir is the best DPS character in the game. Even on CN, in the betas and everything like that, the dual pistols still hold up to this day. So that is going to be your best DPS option. Now, the reason why King is the next best thing is King is the best shield break character in the game. So, along with having the best DPS character, you can have the best shield break character. So, King and Samir going on, you know, side by side, is going to be your best bet if you want us to have the best start. After that, you can look into getting a healer, which would probably be Coco, because she's a full-fledged healer. And then after that, you can look into getting a tank, which best case scenario would probably be Huma over Meryl. But there you go. So your best start would probably be Samir, King, and then you want to look into Coco for the healer, and then looking like Huma for the shield. If you want to be a tank player, just go Huma, Meryl, or try to. And if you want to be a healer, try to go Coco, Zero. Now, obviously, if you can only get one of the characters, if you only can get one of these characters, go for whoever you like the best. So, there you guys go. Now, like I said, that's not to say you can't use Shiro, Tsubasa, or Crow. If you like any of those characters, go with that character. And then if you can still get another DPS or whatever character, go for with whoever you want. Shiro, Samir works perfectly fine. If you want to run Tsubasa, Samir, that works perfectly fine. Whoever you want to run together, you can run those together. But if you're asking for the best case scenarios, depending on what you want, the best start, in my opinion, and from what I've heard from everybody, is going to be Samir, King, because you get the best DPS in the game, and you get the best shield break in the game, which is going to allow you to do even more damage. If you want to be a tank player, Huma, Meryl, right? And then if you only can get one, choose whoever you like between the two. And then healers is Coco and Zero, but if you only can choose one, choose who you like between the two. So there you guys go as far as that. Now, like I said, if the Nemesis banner is out, you can summon for Nemesis. She is a DPS unit if you want. She will obviously use different material, so you can still summon for all of these characters outside of Nemesis. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.